After the Dylan Mulvaney fiasco with Bud Light, you would think that companies would be smart enough to not go down that road again. But of course, in this so called enlightened age of wokeness before wisdom, here comes Doritos with their hiring of a trans admitted violator of children to be their brand ambassador in Spain. Now, as we go on to discuss this, it is important to know that Doritos is owned by Frito-Lay, which is a subsidiary of Pepsico. In essence, we're talking about a major corporation whose products range from a variety of Pepsi brand sodas to Frito-Lay brand potato chips. So, let's meet Samantha Hudson, a transgender woman and self admitted P word of children, Doritos' new brand ambassador to Spain. Now, to say the least, I think that it is pretty clear that this person is a stain on our society, as well as self admittedly someone who is a danger to our kids. Yet also someone who Doritos thinks is a great representation of their brand. What the hell are the people in this company thinking hiring someone like this? Now, look, I understand that when people get online, there's a great tendency to exaggerate things and to accuse people of things that they've never truly said. But in this case, we have the receipts that this person has publicly made these claims about themselves. And so I want to just look at a couple different tweets to just kind of clarify that the things that are being said about this person are not fabricated. They are, in fact, things that are self-admitted. And we'll begin with this End Wokeness tweet where you can read through the closed captioning her views on wanting to annihilate the nuclear family and to, really destroy the family makeup. And then we'll move on to more detailed, disgusting tweets that I'm actually quite disturbed to have to show you. But in reality, as a society, we don't seem to much react to things as seriously as we should. So I feel that it's necessary for you to really see that which this person is promoting. So when we think about the need to boycott this PepsiCo and Frito-Lay company, that there's a profound reason why we got to take this seriously and get on board with this, because these are the people that are going out there and influencing our children, and these companies are taking such little regard of what your thoughts are as a parent who wants to protect their children from these kind of monsters. And because of that, realize, hey, I can't just sit on the sideline. I have to be somebody who's willing to not spend my money with these companies to make sure they understand that you need to get in line with what's good and healthy for my kids and stop trying to be such a negative force on them. So let's take a look at this video and read the closed captions so that you'll know from this person's own mouth what they think.
Yo abogo por aniquilar y destruir por completamente, abolir la familia tradicional nuclear monógama. No es que vaya a darle una paliza a mis padres, ni mucho menos, pero creo que ya está bien de tener un canon estandarizado. Yo abogo por...
So you see that clearly this person does not stand for the traditional family. The loving mom, the hardworking dad, the team of mom and dad that work together to love and to build up an environment for their children that they can thrive in, so they go out into the world and find great success as adults. This is not the type of family this person wants to see. And what I'm going to show you next are some past tweets of this person that are, and I want to warn you, they are just disgusting in nature. A person like this, in my mind, should be taken out into the public square and flogged, because it is just, you're not going to believe what you read. Now, these are all done in Spanish because this is a Spanish person, but underneath them is the translation. So you see in this first one here, it says, I want to do naughty things like stick a 12-year-old girl. I mean, it's too disgusting that I don't even feel comfortable reading it. But you can see for yourself what this person is saying. Goes on to say, I hate women who are victims of are and who turn to self-help centers to overcome their trauma. What a pain in the... And now, and here's the thing, in that tweet from End Wokeness, it says, hey, she mocks people who are victims of R, and you can see in her own tweet that that's what she openly did. She goes on to say this: I cry with laughter at bullying videos that end in suicide. I mean, what kind of demented mind is this person? And then this is unbelievably depraved and disgusting. But look at this one here at the bottom where it says, I just ran my tongue over my little cousin's, and I can't even go on to finish that. But read it for yourself. And if you need to take a moment to go throw up, trust me, I understand. Because when you see the picture of this person, man, if there was ever something that was clearly demonically inspired to come after your children and to want to harm your children, that is the poster boy for it. I mean, this person is absolutely despicable and should in no way, shape, or form be representing any brand of product that our children buy, look to, and enjoy. It is absolutely, again, you see here where the things that she identifies, she mocks the victims of R. There you just saw it. An advocate for annihilating, completely destroying, and abolishing the traditional family. You see it in her video. It's self-admitted to being a P word. I mean, you saw her text where she talked about what she did to her 12-year-old niece. This is outrageous. And this is something that these companies think that they are at liberty to do because of this liberal government we have that enforces and endorses a society where companies feel an obligation to go after this type of person just to fulfill their DEI or their ESG quotas. And it is beyond comprehensible to me that as a society that claims to be such a enlightened and decent society, that we have permitted this culture where companies feel like they can blatantly come out and do this. I mean, I am never going to buy in my lifetime another Frito-Lay or a Pepsi product again. I mean, this is beyond the scope of Dylan Mulvaney. I never thought there was going to be anything that would come out that would replace the absolute ignorance of the marketing department of Bud Light to contract with Dylan Mulvaney, and then we see this. This is almost one of those, you know what, I just need to give up on society, find the nearest cliff, and just jump off. Because if this is where we're at, where a company will publicly do this, and seemingly without any shame, where are we as a society? So look, I can go on rambling about this because I am enraged at this. But let me just say this as I end, because if I don't end now, I may lose my composure and even start speaking words that I don't care to speak. We have got to wake up to what's happening in our country. We have got to realize that, hey, the last thing that we have that really is effective in fighting against this absolute depravity of culture that our businesses are succumbing to because of these Soros-backed DEI and ESG standards is our pocketbooks, our wallets. And if we are not going to stop purchasing products from these kind of moronic businesses, then we're doomed. This is only going to get worse. And eventually our children are going to be exposed everywhere they go with this kind of demented ideology, and there's going to be no escape from it. I'm going to be doing a video soon about how the rights of parents are being taken away. And this is what happens when a society tries to separate the children from their parents, the influence of their parents, in that then they're free to try to mold the minds of the children into their own image. And this is not an image we want our children to be molded into. And so we have got to make this point clear that we are not going to stand for this and we are not going to tolerate this. So I challenge each and every one of you out there. I know I don't have a big platform and I don't know that I'm anybody special, but I know this. If the meager 20, 50, 100,000 people that at various times watch my videos, if you will just step up and if you will just pass the word out to those you know and just make a stand, we can win this fight. So stand up. It's time for every one of us to stand up now and start realizing, look, Dylan Mulvaney was a thing that most people just kind of go, not too bad. So it was just okay. It wasn't good. Let's just get on the bandwagon. This is beyond Dylan Mulvaney. This should cause every rational thinking parent and adult out there to be enraged as to the audacity of a company to think that they can do this. So it's on us. Either we get on board and put an end to this by driving these companies into the ground, or you might as well just lay your kids on the altar of culture war now because they're doomed. There's no hope for them if we as their parents aren't going to stand up and fight to provide them a culture wherein they can strive to be successful and have the kind of life that is free from the abuse of depravity and people like this. So feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy this type of content, please share it with others, as that would be a great benefit to me. Also, would you consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel, as that would be an immense help to me in growing the channel. Hey, as always, I would just like to say, God bless you, and thanks so much for taking the time to listen. Until next time.